Oh my god, I look so bad. Happy Tuesday and welcome to the vlog. I have Norovirus, and so does everyone else in my household. So, yeah. Yesterday at 9 a.m. when I was editing the vlog, I vomited, and I was like, that is interesting for me to do, because I usually don't do that randomly. And then for the following 12 hours, I vomited an additional 9 times. So I threw up 10 times in 12 hours. It was fucking horrific, and I thought I was dying. And now I'm here, recovering. I had to strip my bed and wash all my sheets, so those are clean sheets. And my kids were sick and vomiting. It was just a lot, okay? But I wanted to welcome you to the vlog. And hopefully the rest of the week is far less entertaining. Just, what the fuck was that? Anyways, I look like shit, but this is real life, baby. All right, I love you. I hope your week is going well. We'll catch up tomorrow. Maybe.
To get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I slow it down. Dreams are yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Dreams are yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. I never left a stone unturned. Listen to me as I say. Tell yours if you want. You're either alright, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth slow it down. Tell yours if you want. You're alright, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth
Have you ever dipped a carrot in salsa? It's so good, especially if it's homemade salsa. Today's Thursday. My kids are outside. We are all mostly recovered from this illness, but I'm still keeping them home today and tomorrow. I would hate to give it to someone at their school because it's highly transmittable. So I'd rather keep them home an extra day. So they wanted to go outside. We painted a little bit this morning. Now they're outside. I have a moment to talk to you, which is something I haven't really been able to do a lot this vlog. I wanted to show you the kale and the cabbage that I got earlier this year. That's what that looks like now. I need to add nutrients to both of my AeroGardens, so I will be doing that with you. And then I'm gonna set up this grow light, finally. So I am reading the instructions on that, hardware, and then I'm gonna use my Amazon Alexa smart plug to time it. It does have this plug, but I'd rather use one that I can control on my phone, so. I wanted to do a voiceover this time for the cooking segment. Please let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it. First, we're cleaning our workspace, and this recipe calls for 1 onion diced. I loosely followed a recipe, but I kind of just do whatever I want to do and trust the process when it comes to Instant Pot meals. And I have cooked Zuppa so many times that I kind of know what I like and how I want it to come out. So that is, the recipe calls for 3 cloves of garlic. I used 6, and then 1 whole onion diced. The recipe calls for 3 russet potatoes. I use double that. I pretty much double everything. This is a few tablespoons of olive oil, a little bit extra. And then the sausage that I chose to use is the chicken sausage from Publix, and it's the Greenwise chicken sausage, and I used 1 hot and 1 mild. And all you want to do is just take the casing off of it, and then throw it in your Instant Pot. And I'm going to saute this right in the Instant Pot. I like to do everything just in one place. It's super easy. And obviously I don't eat this anymore, but when I was eating meat and dairy, this is one of my favorite things. I love the warmth that like Zuppa gives you. And this was a really cold day. It actually got pretty cold up in northern Florida. So I wanted my family to have something. After the week we had had, I wanted them to have something comforting and warm. And I think that this really fit the bill. It ended up being exactly what I wanted it to be. The only difference is I normally add bacon, but the recipe that I had pulled up or pulled out of my binder didn't have bacon in it, so I just forgot to add it. So you're going to saute your sausage, and then you're going to put in your garlic and your onions. Sorry that my camera keeps fogging up. I'll work on that. So garlic is in. Now we add all the onions. Beautiful shot. I keep having to wipe the camera because of all of the steam. Sorry. Yep, we know. We're putting more onions in. Thank you. Just really want you guys to know that I'm putting onions in here. Yep, great. Perfect. All right, so now I am adding half a teaspoon of dried oregano. I think I ended up going with, just half a teaspoon. And then you're going to mix it all up together. I do end up breaking down the sausage a little bit more. And then here are all of my russet potatoes. I leave the skin on. It really adds something, in my opinion. But if you hate the skin, obviously you can leave it out. Just make sure that you wash it really, really well and scrub it. And then here is the chicken broth. I ended up doing a little bit of chicken broth and vegetable broth because I just had it open. And I did about 6 cups. So you're just going to want to add your salt and pepper to taste. And then put your lid on. Make sure that your valve is in the correct position. And then you're going to do manual pressure for 5 minutes. When it's finished cooking, you're going to quick release your pressure. Make sure that you're careful doing this if you're not used to it. And then this is what you have at the end of the 5 minutes. And here is where you add your kale. I use about half of a bag usually. You can add as much as you want. My family likes things really hearty, so I just keep adding it. And then I add half and half. I make sure that I stir it really well until it's heated through. And that's it. Serve it with some French bread, and it is so good. I'm trying to find a good scoop for you guys so that it looks appealing because it kind of looks gross, but it's so delicious, I promise. And then here I am making a dressing, like a lemon, olive oil, garlic dressing to dress my kale salad that I made for me. I knew that I would have about half of a bag of kale left, and I wanted to utilize it. So I decided to make myself a kale salad, and I used lemon and olive oil and garlic cloves to dress the salad, and then some cheese, Parmesan cheese. This bottle of olive oil was almost out, so I just put the bottle there while I was doing other things and let it all kind of drain out. I got a food dehydrator for Christmas, and so this is me finally unboxing it and taking a look at everything because I knew that I wanted to dehydrate some herbs from the AeroGarden and some onions that I had to make diced onions so that I can rehydrate them because my kids love that on their hamburgers. So this is just me showing you that I did that, and it turned out really well. After I added the nutrients to my AeroGardens, I decided to attempt to set up my new plant cam is what I'm going to call it, I guess. I do need a different SD card, so I did order that, but I'd love to do a time lapse of these plants growing. I'm a little embarrassed to show the before of what my like plant area looked like, because it kind of just became a dumping zone for everything that I just didn't have a place for or I didn't want to deal with. But I think it's worth it to show you the before to show you the after. So I hope that you enjoy that. And I did order more plants, so you'll be seeing those very shortly. I attached these grow lights underneath the shelves and then just like secured them with 3M hooks. So they look really nice and they're going to help my plants. And I only did it on 2 of the 3 shelves. That way I have a bottom shelf that I can put plants that don't want extra light or supplies or whatever I need to. But look, Sheila has a new leaf. She's so beautiful. I'm actually really shocked at the growth we've had in just 15 days. I think a lot of my lighting is super dark in my vlogs, but honestly, it's how I prefer to live. I don't want it to be super duper bright in my house. That's not fun for me. Happy Saturday. Today is Saturday, January 29th. We are almost to the end of the month. Feeling good. Much better than I was earlier in the week. Oh, I forgot that I had her on me. Oh, this sticker is really sticky. Thank you. Last Saturday, one of my kids was sick. I thought that they had eaten something weird or something that didn't agree with their stomach. But because the next day they were totally fine. They felt like a little weird. They didn't really want to eat, which is out of character, but understandably after you have puked everything up, right? So Monday, I'm editing the vlog and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm feeling good. I've had my like morning smoothie. Everything's going great. I was like, ooh, I feel really nauseous this morning. I ended up vomiting. Then I proceeded to vomit an additional 9 times in 12 hours. So I threw up 10 times on Monday. Tuesday, I felt awful. I felt like I don't like throwing up, but I can do it. But I really felt like I was going to die on Monday. Like, it was crazy. It wasn't just like puking, it was like violently puking. So, and then I proceeded to hit every single one of my family members this whole week. So we've been very sick, and then as I'm recovering, I'm trying to like clean and disinfect, and I think that's kind of what sent me into the organizational spiral that I went into this week and fixing my plant shelf and everything like that. So I feel good. It feels better. Knock on wood, please. Whoever's listening. Everything feels better. I'm feeling much better. It did put a lot of things into perspective for me though, and so I'm approaching things a little bit differently in my life now, in my day-to-day life, and I think you'll see that reflected more next week. But in the meantime, today is Saturday. I have therapy, my good old therapy notebook. So I wanted to show you, I do my therapy online via Zoom. I can go into her office, and I did originally, obviously until like COVID hit. And then once we were allowed to kind of go back to in-person activities, I went back there, and she told me like, hey, I think that you're just more comfortable being in your own space and being able to, like, she said, being able to take notes, which is true. So let's just try that out and see how it goes. So now she does her meetings for me in her house, and then I'm sitting here like this, and we do them here. I did talk to her last week. She did say I could film them. So I think I might do that this week. I feel better, so I think this would be the week to do it. Hello. I'm alive. That's positive. How are you? Should I turn on my light? Let's see. Ooh. Is this the content that you come here for?